and we have a very special guest with us today, Chris from Toon Swap. We'll welcome you shortly. First, I'm just going to say hey to my man Chase. What's happening? What's going on, brother?
What it do, baby? Sup? Hope you've had a good week, a better one than me. I've been on the injury bench all week, my man. So we're working through it slowly but surely.
What, your taekwondo, judo special? You got
jiu-jitsu? I got beat up in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, my groin's been rough the last few days, my man.
Oh, welcome to the late 30s, bro. I live with sore muscles, my man.
Seriously.
Chris, and welcome to you, sir, the co-founder of Toon Swap, otherwise known as M, being doxed right here. In some ways, I'm kind of proud that we are the people to dox you, but also very grateful that you are willing to be doxed. Dude, welcome to the SUP. It's great to have you.
Thanks, James. Yeah, I'm Chris. Okay, first of all, introduce myself. I'm from Toonswap, co-founder of it, and I have a partner, which is my developer. Today, he's not available, so I'll be here joining you guys.
Yeah, man. Well, it's good to have you, bro. Just real quick, give us a rundown of what Toon Swap is in a nutshell.
Yeah, sure. So basically, Toonswap is not like in the other decks. We're more focusing on making it fun. So if you see from our designs and stuff, we are more into community driven, and also we are only natively built on SupraEVM. So compare with normal decks that you can see, Toonswap is slight difference that we are more clear interface, more focused on smooth tradings, and also we can also focus on some light gamifications rather than it just a normal boring decks. So simple, if you can say, it's a community decks with some fun uh, ingredients in it.
I like the design. I think that's maybe what drew me to it. I'm a big fan of Rubber Hose in general, and I see like maybe there's a reference to Rubber Hose art with the Toon Swap art. Obviously, like Toon in the name, you're talking Looney Tunes, late 60s. There's a lot of kind of things that I enjoy within the marketing and the kind of the art that y'all are presenting. So big fan over here, and I'm really excited to learn more about it and kind of see what y'all are building and how y'all are building it. And kind of speaking on that, tell us how you got into Web3 and what were you doing before you went full-time into crypto?
Yeah, sure. Basically, before I joined crypto on 2021 March, I was a car salesman. I was selling my local car in Malaysia for almost 9 years. So because of COVID-19, so I lost my jobs, and slowly I get to know about Bitcoin. My friend introduced me. Then I joined Binance. I learned to buy some coins, and then from there I get interest into APR, and that's where I found PancakeSwap. So from there, slowly I gather myself or the infos on what is blockchain. Got scammed a lot of times, and then got into giving my seed phrase to people. But all these are experience that everyone will go through all that, and then yeah, that's my past experience until today. So after I joined crypto about 3 months, because of the work issues I have, so I have to force to find a job. But fortunately enough, I met a DEX which they are looking for business development. So during 2021, it was bull run on Binance. It's Binance Smart Chain. So there are multiple DEX like Ape Swap, Sushi Swap. Baby Swap, Jet Swap. So fortunate enough, I met Jet Swap owner. So he gave me a chance to be a business developer, business development. So from there, I learned a lot, and I even created my own DEX on 2023, and until today, yeah, I created Toonswap. But of course, Toonswap, what you see today is a very nice design and stuff. It actually came from an idea from my wife that he gave me idea about Toonswap. So to visualize that, and I created it on Supra. And yeah,
That's incredible.
that's part of my background.
Man, that's awesome. Getting some brownie points from the wife. All right. I see that. I see you.
Is she gonna get? Is she gonna get Toon tokens when you guys launch a token?
Oh, definitely.
She better,
Absolutely.
bro. She better. Now, so you've been building it since about 2023, you say, right?
2023, I founded my own DEX on other chain, but I wouldn't want to reveal it right now because I want to keep it a surprise for the community. So I plan to reveal it probably after the launch of Toonswap to gather two
Nice.
communities into one.
Nice. A little bit of alpha
So,
there.
yeah, man. So, Toonswap then was this year?
Pardon?
What year did Toonswap go public? It was this year, right?
Definitely. Whenever SupraEVM mainnet for the first day, we target on the first day we will launch it.
Let's go, man. And now, just real quick before we get into tech news and ecosystem news, I mean, it's quite a jump to go from what you were doing as a car salesman and then finding the crypto wormhole, falling down that rabbit hole, getting scammed, getting rug pulled, joining a DEX, starting your own DEX. Tell me about the journey of Toonswap now, or even that journey of starting your own DEX. How has that journey been? Just describe that for our users and our audience.
Yeah, sure. It was quite difficult at the very beginning. You see, before Toonswap, I created another DEX, but before that DEX, we created another one on a chain. But we have a lot of obstacles that we face, like community and then marketing, and then we have a lot of paid key opinion leaders, which is not even working. Basically, they are just we would say they're just taking your money but not doing anything. So we have a lot of step backs and obstacles, but we keep doing until 2023. We founded our DEX and we successfully raised over 20 over millions dollars in our overflow method. And also our token went up to 32x before it comes back down. So for us, it's quite a successful first DEX that we managed to raise such amount of funds without any VCs, without any backers, just purely on community. So we plan to do the same thing on Toonswap, that we do not want to have any VCs to avoid any like pre-dump, down any seed round private investors or early investors they're going to dump on our community. So we try to avoid all that. And then we wanted to bring whatever we have success in our past experience to brought it at Toonswap and make it better. You see, back in 2023, we don't have much tech back then. We just a pancake fork with some lock mechanisms. But when we bring it to Toonswap, we have more features that we have like social DEX. Okay, we don't have it in any of the DEX in blockchain right now. We are the first one which implement socials in platform that user can just like swap. They can just hide on the chat and swap instantly. They don't even have to go to Telegram, which Telegram right nowadays is filled with bots. Okay, so all these features add on together make Toonswap better. So what makes Toonswap an upgraded version of our previous DEX is we provide cashback. You see, in a lot of CX like Binance, Bybit, they offer referral schemes. Okay, they provide users cashback instance, but in DEX they rarely do that. Especially nowadays, people just giving them points, promises tokens, promise APR, but we do not know when they're going to do token generation. We do not know whether the project going to success or fail. But as soon as Toonswap launching, with our referral system, we can immediately give our user a cashback on the spot. So these are the step by step from obstacles to what we have success, and we improve from what we have to make it better on Toonswap.
Man, that's incredible. That is super exciting. The idea of making it socialized, I think, is going to be a huge key factor here. And it all starts with community, right? You see this with every project, and that's what everybody says. And if you're able to kind of implement that from the beginning, I don't see anything else but just success in the future for y'all. So I'm happy to learn more, and I'm happy to be a part of this ride, man. So thank you, Chris, for kind of getting us introed and telling us a little bit about you and Toonswap. So now that we've got to know you, Chris, and a little bit about Toonswap, but we will learn more as this stream goes on. Let's get into some tech and ecosystem news as we do every week at the beginning of these episodes. And Chris, we may come to you for some opinions on some of these. So if you don't have an opinion, you don't feel free to not have one. But we always like to include our guests in these discussions as well. So the first one is going to be Trump Wallet. Donald Trump Jr., the eldest son of President Donald Trump, has clarified that a tweet by Bitcoin Magazine announced Trump coin and wallet is false. He clarified that the organization World Liberty Fi bringing out wallet, but it isn't Trump wallet as announced in the Bitcoin Magazine feed. Chris, what do you make of such prolific personalities like the Trump family launching their own Web3 projects? Is it just an opportunity to capitalize on their fame, make more money? What do you think about it overall?
For me, I wouldn't do that because first of all, if you have too much tokens, there's too much things for you to take care of. So if we have to like focus on too many coins at one time, one will fail definitely. You see, when he launching his first coin, Trump is very successful. But however, when he launched the second coin, Millennium, it fails really badly, and a lot of people actually make losses.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do that if I were him.
I agree.
Yeah, well, let's hope that this, whatever it is that they're up to, this World Liberty Fi. I mean, there's no details yet as to what they're doing, but let's just hope it's not just a pump and dump sort of rug pull. We shall see. We shall see. All right, so that's pretty much it for tech news this week. There wasn't much else. I mean, last week we covered the big Johnny Ive stuff, the OpenAI stuff. Not much else happening. So we're going to get straight into ecosystem news. What's going on in the Supra ecosystem? So first up, for those of you yappers and snappers, the ones that are watching this live stream right now, we have integrated with cookie.fun. So if you know cookie.fun, they are basically a leaderboard where users and community members can earn rewards for positively talking about their favorite projects. So our super fans have already received their OG badges. Cookie rewards will have started showing up on your dashboard if you are a super fan. And if you haven't registered yet, visit their X profile, cookie.fun. That's all it is, at cookie.fun. You're going to find their website links there. And then get snapping about Supra and earn rewards for your posts and climb the leaderboard. I know that if I was registered, I know that I would be losing to Chase because Chase has turned into the biggest X snapper. So
I actually just created my cookie account yesterday. I tried to do it when they announced the OG badge, but I was getting like a failed link issue, and then I got obviously distracted, did something else. But I signed it up today, so I'll see you at the top of the leaderboard, boys.
Yeah, I think staff are going to be prevented from climbing the leaderboard. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we got to work that out.
Yeah, I think I saw Ox Crusader at the top of the mind share. And then I did see like Josh and John up there. I actually saw you up there. You actually had a pretty big bubble in the top 20, my man.
Pure natural, bro. Pure natural.
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming for it. I'm coming for a top 10 spot. So cool. Let's move on to permissionless. Gosh, it's coming up within the next 3 weeks, less than that. So Josh will be at permissionless, as will I, as will a lot of our team. Supra is a main stage sponsor at permissionless this year. Blockworks Cornerstone annual event happening from the 24th to the 26th of June. And our CEO, Josh Tobkin, will be the keynote speaker. Josh will be sharing about our latest AutoFi developments, EVM, and our DeFi 2.0 white paper. And it'll be held in Brooklyn, New York. So if you're in the area, come on down. Come kick it with your boys. I will be there. A lot of our team will be there. We'll be throwing an after party. So if you are around the area, please come hang out with us. I would love to take a picture, talk with you, and maybe I got a surprise for you. Come see me if you were in Brooklyn, and I've got a surprise for you, just like I did at ETH Denver at MoveCon. I made a little tweet. I was like, if you see me at MoveCon, come up to me and I have something for you. And I was giving away like Sandwear headphones that are like $400, the custom Supra ones. So maybe I'll have those again. Maybe I'll have something better. And I don't know if I did tweet earlier. that our permissionless merch is my favorite merch that we've released so far. But out of any event I've been a part of in 2 years. So I almost want to leak it, but I can't do so.
Come on, man. Drop some over,
can't.
bro. Come on.
I can't. I already asked. I can't. I wanted to post like
Oh.
the leak of the shirts. Hey, Chris, I'll send you a. I'll send you. Are you going to be in Brooklyn for permissionless? Okay. Well, then
No, we do have the opportunity
I've got
to go there
you.
yet.
I've got you covered. I'll get you a little care package for you and your team. I'll send you a message, and then I'll get your shirt sizes and stuff like that, and I'll mail you all a little super care package. Yep, James.
Thank you very much.
No.
Yeah, that would be nice. Hey, I'm over here too. You know, hello.
Sorry, pal.
We do get mail here in Africa. It would be great to get some. All right, so yeah, permissionless. I unfortunately won't be there, but I am going to be very jealous of the after party that Chase is going to. I can only imagine what that's going to look like. So yeah, if you are in the States and you can get to Brooklyn, go, because Chase is going to make that something special. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so last one on community news. Evo's CLMM. What is CLMM? It's their concentrated liquidity market maker. They've announced their CLMM. It's the first concentrated liquidity market maker on Supra. And with this tech, they're able to improve capital efficiency for liquidity providers and traders. So standard AMMs, automated market makers, they spread liquidity evenly, but Evo lets the LPs target specific price ranges. And what that does is that boosts fee earnings and trade execution. So big shout out to Evo. Pretty cool to see that CLMM launched. And yeah, they've got some big things coming. So yeah, man, that wraps up ecosystem news for this week.
Sweet. Now the fun begins. Now we get to get into the nitty-gritty. And then we after this, we get my favorite part of every episode, which is the hot seat questions. But Chris,
hot seat, baby.
They're my favorite, just because everybody has similar experiences, but everybody's story is vastly different. You know. Anyways, we'll get there when we get there. But okay, Chris, thank you, my man, for hanging around during our run of the latest news, ecosystem updates, all things like that. But let's dig in more to Toonswap and your role in the Supra ecosystem as a whole. So first up, Toonswap has been described as a gamified DEX. Can you walk us through how the playful, user-centric design enhances the typical decentralized exchange experience? Sorry.
You see, what we create is not just a DEX, but it's something that playful and fun experience for everyone. So that's why it came out with Toon. Like people will think of cartoons that when you just swap, just not like a normal thing that you just exchange, but you have fun when you're doing it. Like you can chat with people, and also we prepared to have a game, but we have not write that in the gitbook yet. But we already prepared a game which is like two raccoons battle to win a cookies. So this is a game that we encourage community to engage with each other. So it's a strategy game that each side of the raccoon you can choose your own side. As long as you hold your NFT, you can participate the cookies challenge that whichever raccoon that you can power it up, which you can make it better to win the prize. So at the end of the day, when the prize pool will split amongst the win team by how much Toon or Supra that you contributed. So everything was kept is secrets, even your PowerPoints. So you have to discuss among your own community, your own raccoons team, and then you have to know that how much your PowerPoint roughly will be, and you then have to compete with the other one. So we don't know who will be the winner until the end of the durations. So the prize pool will be shown; it will get bigger and bigger. So this is more to a community engagements, games and stuff. So that's why we classify ourselves as a gamified DEX.
I love that, man.
That.
Like,
yeah.
So nice and unique, you know, like taking the whole DEX experience to something completely new, something that's fun, goes beyond just trading, looking to increase your bags. But also the branding. I mean, I know you touched a little bit on it earlier. Your wife kind of came up with the idea, but with this whole cartoon theme, obviously Toon Swap in the name. What's the big influence behind that? Is your wife like an artist? Is she Is she like big into cartoons? Tell us a little bit about the design process that went into what is Toonswap today.
You see, my wife gave me an idea about Toonswap. Okay, first of all, when the first time I saw SupraEVM website, okay, the first thing that catch my mind is the red panda
Nice.
and all the cartoons around it. So in order to match with the team, so I asked my wife, what is your suggestion when you see this? What would you like to create if you were me? So he said, Toonswap? Why? Cartoon. And SupraEVM, the theme is a cartoon. It's a colorful drawings that have a lot of animals and it's like cartoonish. So yeah, so that's how it created by Toonswap. So you see, what look like most between panda, I mean the red panda, who look like the most on the red panda?
Yep.
Raccoon. So the ideas came by, so raccoon, red panda, so they will be good friends. So Supra and Toonswap. So they look similar and in cartoons. So it brings them into together a great combo. It's something like Supra tech with our tech. So both mixed together become a good combo. So that's the idea. That's the idea came originally, and that's how we created until today. And of course, we have a wonderful designer. He creates a best design, and right now we are actually creating our own NFT with more attributes to make it more attractive to our investors and community. So we not just want to make it as something that you invest and you get in return, but we also to make it fun for everyone. Okay, it's not just like some boring game that like lottery, like coin flip, dice
Boring
throwing or
games.
something, but
Just
we make
tells
it
us
something
straight,
interesting
bro.
for everyone.
Dude, our
Sorry to
creative
interrupt,
team.
Chris.
Yeah, and everyone
Yeah,
have lottery game. It doesn't make anything
yeah,
special at all.
yeah,
Coin flip it's
it's true.
nothing special. Okay, heads or tail, there's nothing much special. But if you create something mystery that nobody can see, but at the end of the day, we
Yep.
only know the result. It's similar with lottery, but the chances of winning
Uh,
is way higher, and also it's more competitive
Yeah,
and it's more
absolutely.
engaging.
That's so awesome, dude. I'm so excited. Also, shout out to Lou and our creative team. They put so much
yeah.
work into that EVM page. And so if you've noticed, that page is like no other page on Supra's website. It has its very unique theme, and it's like a cartoon theme, and there was a lot of discussion behind it and the ins and outs, and discussions on the back end of why we wanted to do it that way. So I just want to give a huge shout out to Lou and our whole creative team over there.
Yeah.
You inspired Chris and his wife to create Toonswap, so that's
Come
incredible.
on.
Yeah, big shout out to the team. I just had to throw that in there. So kind of speaking on how Toonswap mascot and then the Supra mascot will be good friends, how does the partnership with Supra empower Toonswap to deliver low fees and cross-chain capabilities? And also, what specific Supra technologies are you leveraging to make this happen?
See, Supra, we're not just having low gas fee, which is fast, and then also we have automation. So what interests me because, like I said, ever since I joined DeFi, I love APR. I'm interested in APR. I'm searching for APR, and that's why I'm interested in DEX a lot. So automations make things simple. Is something like, okay, you may heard about beefy
Yep.
auto compound. Okay, but all those things you need to do it manually. You need people to trigger it, or you need to trigger yourself, or you need someone to trigger the contract, or the developer to trigger the contract. But in Supra, different automation is they trigger automatically. So this is just one of it. We can also create a lot of things on automation. We can create trailing stop profits. We can create spot grid. Okay, you can create automatic buy. All these things make it possible because of Supra. Okay, and working with Supra is very easy because the team is supportive, and that both of you today, Chase and James, you guys are supportive. That you guys help us a lot in every way, not just in tech, in marketing, in every way, in community, in everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, just
I
shout out
love
for
that.
you
Well,
guys
well,
too.
thank you for the flowers. We throw them back your way. We've been supporting you. We see how hard your team over there is working, and I'm a big community guy. I come from the NFT space. It's how I got involved in Web3, And so I've been seeing how that's kind of been y'all's leverage into marketing. And I think that's a really smart way to do it. One, you don't really need a lot of funds to go this way. And then two, you don't have to worry about VCs or KOLs kind of dumping the ship, right? You kind of mentioned this earlier on the show. So I love what y'all are doing over there. And I'm really excited to not only be supporting you, but to be a supporter of Toonswap moving forward.
Yeah, man.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
great work, dude. Now, this is a tough question, but great opportunity for you to toot your own horn here. What's I mean, you've already touched on it a little bit with the game stuff. I really enjoyed that. But what other features sets Toonswap apart from other dexes? You know, some of your unique features that create a unique value prop for your users.
You see, DEX are a very boring thing. You just need to swap your tokens.
Yeah.
Correct? But most investors need it because without a DEX, there's no point or no choice that you can ever get another token. Okay? And aside of that, what makes DEX interesting is liquidity. Okay? Like just now you mentioned about Evo, they have a concentration liquidity. But in Toonswap, we are different. We are smart rebalancing because we are V2. But what is most important thing in V2 that not concentrated liquidity is we don't have to constant manage your liquidity so that it will be balancing no matter how volatile the situation is. Okay, you will have limited impermanent loss compared with concentrated liquidity, whereby if the price went out of your price range, you suffer maximum impermanent loss. But this not all everyone know. Okay, most people would know that V2 and V3 different. Okay, concentrate and not concentrate. Okay, I see the fees, and then V2 I don't see the fees. But they are basically the same thing. But what set us different from other DEX is we focus not just on V2 for the beginning to build liquidity, and also we focus on real community. As in our chat, our community, the chat features, it can only use by wallet users, meaning there's no bot. In Telegram, everywhere is bot. So whichever project can build on Toonswap, what you can get from us is a real community. Everyone in the chat will be the real users. There won't be a bot like coming in to asking you for a job. They're coming in to asking you for advertisement to promote their coins and stuff. But majority they are real users. Okay, that's why they use the swap. But most of the decks they don't have this function. They can't communicate with each other. Okay, and if I go to Telegram, I communicate. I'm afraid I meet scammers, and I'm afraid someone will talk some other thing else which I don't understand. And the one which talk to me don't know whether he understand my questions or not. So the best thing is each coin have your own chat room, and you can talk to the respective community. Oh, how's the coin going? Is it high? Is it down? You can see directly. Okay, and in times when SupraEVM integrated with example DEX screener, we can even upload the DEX screener chart on the spot. So you not just can just chat, you can swap and you can see the chart directly. So you have 3-in-1 in our swap system. So literally you need to go nowhere. You don't have to switch on your Telegram. You can do everything on our DEX once and you don't need to go anywhere else. Yeah, so that set us the major difference. And on top of that, yes, cashback. Okay, we don't want to give you points. We want to give you back your money. So when you register as a referral, on the spot you get your crypto back. We don't give you points. And again, we don't keep your money. On the spot you swap, you get your cash back. Okay, it same goes to when you refer your friends when they swap. Okay, whenever they swap, they give you coins directly. They don't give you points.
Yep.
We don't hold your token too. So yes, so that's the beneficial of Toonswap compared with other DEX.
And that's a genius idea, because what's the thing that people in Web3 want the most? Immediate gratification. Like patience in Web3 is almost a word that is not even real. It's like if you're not making me money right now, then I'm not even interested in you. If you're not giving me something right now, then I don't even want to help and engage with you. So now you are literally giving them immediate gratification for incentivizing them referring people. It's like you give people people are actually going to be wanting to farm this, right? They want to go get real people to come to refer real people to Toonswap. So that's genius. And it kind of leads me into the next question that I did want to ask you. Tell us about social trading. What is that all about?
Social trading is basically we're talking about our chat system.
Okay.
So you don't have to go anywhere to talk to anyone to ask about any token, but you can just do it on the spot in our swap. You see, many tokens the created on other chain. We put example Solana. Okay, they can create a lot of meme coins. Okay, but in the group, how many real users are there?
Not
We
many.
don't know. Exactly. And even sometimes the admins are not helpful.
Yeah.
So that's why they call CTO. But how many CTO really run by community or run by bots?
Yeah.
So we want to use this system to take over everything. If CTO, yes, do it over there on our swap. Everyone can check and it's real community. Whenever they buy, they sell, they can see on the spot, on the swap, on the chat itself. So it makes things easier and avoid a lot of unnecessary bot or scams or unwanted attentions from those people. Okay, you also won't receive DM from them. Okay, it's only on a group. There's no private chat.
This man,
Yeah,
this
that's
man's
awesome.
thought
Yeah,
through.
that's
This
that's
man's
makes a
thought through
difference.
so many little mechanics. You know, like the pain points of Web3. He's thought through how to overcome that. I mean, there's so much strategy here, Chris. Dude, great job, man. Um, let's talk a little bit about EVM. And I'm actually really curious because you mentioned that you had experience on Binance Chain, but I know that your previous DEX was EVM, Toonswap is EVM. Obviously, Supra is preparing to bring EVM compatibility to mainnet very, very soon. Um, so before I ask my main question here, what brought you to EVM as opposed to staying on Binance Chain?
Okay, my DEX wasn't on Binance Chain. Okay, but what everyone's I think during the 2021 to bull run, most people know Binance Smart Chain. Ethereum is too expensive, way over there. Gas fee costs you $20 to $100. Okay, and Avalanche, Phantom, Polygons. Okay, but all those I have tried, but I did not create a successful DEX over there. Okay, because I still new back then. I still learning as a business development. So I get experience from all those places and I created my own DEX on other EVM. Okay. Why I created another one on Supra EVM is because many reasons like because example if you want to build liquidity you need rewards. So if you use existing DEX to create on another chain, for example, you see Pancake can create a lot of chain, but some chain they don't have rewards because they only bring in the V3. So V3 they mainly they give you fees, but they don't give you rewards. So to build liquidity there, not much people willing to do that because there's no rewards. They only solely based on trading fees, which is not enough. You see, Uniswap can build DEX on any other chains, but however, it's only on their V3. Uni token is only available on Ethereum. So there's a limitations over there. So we want to overcome that by also creating a new brand to sustain the Supra ecosystem. Because my main goal in Supra EVM is I wanted to build a thick liquidity for Supra. You see, now in Supra we have 98.4%, which is single staking on Supra scan. You can check on the data. So only 1.6% is circulating. So what this means when you guys see is yeah, a lot of tokens stake. So what does it mean for DEX? Okay, very simple. If you take the 1.6% token of Supra, you stake it on a DEX, make it become liquidity, you have a very strong liquidity, and Supra will not have a huge volatile price. So this huge liquidity will help the price not just fluctuate lesser, but slowly will increase step by step, because it will defend all the sell pressures from all the staking profits. So in long run, what my goal is, I want to have a huge liquidity on SupraEVM that can manage all this volatility, and not just that, we can build values and demands. So people from other chains, they see this huge liquidity, they will come in and build. So when they build, they're going to use more Supra token and going to pair and have more and more. And in the end, Supra market cap will be increasing, community will be increasing from every other chain, and it's a triple win situation. No matter if Supra chain, Toonswap, or community and use as an investor, you will win, because Supra is the main few token, as I always mention in all our Twitter posts, that we always mention Supra, why liquidity is important. So Supra is the main few of the entire ecosystem right now.
Dude, you got me
I
fired
know,
up
right?
over here. Okay, I'm feeling so bullish right now listening to you talk.
Have you ever heard triple win, by the way? We've heard win-win. I've never heard triple win situation.
Exactly. The guy's talking grand slams here.
Man,
I'm loving it. And dude, I know the community is excited as well.
yeah. Now, what about challenges that you faced, Chris? Because obviously you're building a purpose-built DApp on Supra's EVM. What challenges have you faced while building that? EVM is still on testnet for Supra, so there might be a couple of bugs that need to be ironed out. What kind of challenges have you faced, and how did Supra's team help you overcome those challenges?
You see, the challenges in SupraEVM is, I would say, we wouldn't have that much of challenge, because most of the EVM compatible stuff is already in Supra. In fact, it doesn't make us challenge, but it's make us easy in the process. So you see, when I want to make a compound award, the auto compound farm, in other EVM, we would need a cron job, or someone to trigger the smart contract to harvest, to make LP and to stake in manually. But in Supra, everything is in automation. Okay. On top of that, we have the multi VM bridge that we're going to bring in more liquidity from Move VM from Supra, and also our Supranova, which can bridge every single asset from other chains. So it makes us easier in building in every way. It doesn't have much like obstacles in building in SupraEVM, but I would see it's more beneficial.
Man, I can only get so bullish. And so with that being said, it's like with testnet launch on the horizon, what can users expect from Toonswap in terms of new features, partnerships, or expansion into other chains via Supra's technology? I know you kind of touched on this, but just if you want to go a little bit more in depth there.
Okay, you see, when testnet is coming, okay, I heard from Supra team is going to become very near from public testnet. So we have prepared a reward system. Okay, if you have checked out our X post, okay, you do notice there's a leaderboard page. Okay, what's the leaderboard page is every single person, I mean wallet, when you swap at Toonswap, you will have a record in a leaderboard. So every single dollar that you swap in testnet is going to count as a point, each dollar as a point, but we just count it as dollar directly. So what all this leaderboard will do is we already allocate a portions of our premium tunes. So during our token generation event finish, this token of rewards is going to give out to all of our community which join our testnet. So no matter how much you swap, you play around with our DEX, you are going to get rewarded by the end of the day during mainnet. So that is the thing that we prepare. So there's a past 3 AMA I have been doing with the community. So I haven't mentioned this. I kept this to mention it on today. So it's something like a reward system for everyone that when you guys join Toonswap, as long as you swap on testnet, you will get rewarded. So make sure you guys try it out when we are on testnet.
I'm gonna be test netting your test net, dude. Trust me.
Boom.
I'll send all the feedback to y'all that I have.
The alpha that Chris is dropping here, I love it,
Thank
bro.
you very much.
Dude, I'm getting so
yeah,
excited.
dude. Yeah, like bring on Toonswap. What about feedback? What's the most exciting feedback or idea that you've received from the Toonswap or Supra communities that's actually had an influence on your roadmap?
If you say the can you come again
Sure.
the questions again?
So
I'm
basically,
sorry.
like, you know, the communities on X, Telegram, wherever it may be, Discord, they're always coming up with ideas. You should try this. You should do that. What's the best idea that you guys have actually seen recommended to you that you would like to build?
Okay, one thing we want to mention is governance. Okay, there's one community mentions that what is Toonswap governance? You see, most of the project is actually run by the founder itself, even the directions. Okay, I will say yes, we will still follow our roadmap at the beginning, but governance will slowly comes in the middle stage of our building. Why is because there are a lot of features we need to push out before we let community decide what is the best thing for the DEX. So when it comes to governance, most of the project they use token. Token governance means that you hold how much token, and then after that, how much is your voting power. So because we are DEX, token is very important for your staking in your farm. So if I do that, means I'm playing with your profits. So what we do difference is in Toonswap, the governance is going to run by our NFT. So we only have limited 10,000 NFT. So how much NFT you hold is equals to how much vote power you have. And in long run, NFT will have staking effect, which you can stake NFT and earn toons. And even after 5 years, let's say example, 5 years later, Toon is finished emission. So what else we are giving for the community? Okay, profit sharing. All the trading fees that we receive will go back to community. So you have NFT today. It's not just for a part of staking, but you are a part of Toonswap. So that's what NFT are created in Toonswap.
I'm a big NFT guy. I don't know if you've watched any of these. We talk about it every week. I still am very involved in the NFT community, not only within Super, but multiple chains. So I'm excited, and I better get whitelist. Is all I got to say, because I will mint. Super excited to see where y'all are going to be building that. And are y'all going to be leaking any of the art for those NFTs anytime soon?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's someone actually leaked the art already,
Oh,
oh,
hello.
but
really?
that's not a
Go
complete
search
version of the
X
art.
right now, people.
If you guys have saw somewhere on the X, you may saw it, okay? But we have implement more attributes and more designs in our NFT to make it more not just something that you buy and have something simple. Okay, we make it more creative, more nice, and more utility. Most important thing,
I love that.
utilities. Okay, what you buy is
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
an art piece, but it's something that is more than what we say is more than a dividend, more than a shareholder thing. It's something that you buy, you will get
And the thing
rewarded.
about building an NFT project on Supra is that you can legitimately do things that you can't do on any other chain. If you want to add dynamic backgrounds to your NFTs using your IP address, you're able to do so. If you want to add automation to these NFTs, you have to feed them every day to stay engaged. You can do so. There's a lot of fun functionality that can be built within NFTs. And I know that you've probably already thought about this. So I'm really, really excited to see what y'all come up with, because I'll be one of your biggest supporters and I'll be pushing it. Okay. So get me on that whitelist and let me know if I could help in any way. And finally, Are there any cool features that you have not announced yet that you plan coming down the pipeline? And what are the big features, launches, campaigns expected on the roadmap within the next year?
Within the next year, I think we will complete our first thing, most important thing, DEX token launching, and then will be our NFT, and then after that will be our games. So what I mentioned is just the first game. We still have more games is going to come in times, okay, which I don't want to review it on today. We keep it as a surprise box by the time when it reach. Okay, if I were to leak out everything on this space, so it will be no more, which cause no more wow factors. Okay. Yeah, I already know what happened to Toonswap. Okay. I have attended this AMA. I know everything already. No, we have
Right.
more things to come.
So he's basically like, "That's enough, guys.
He's
Enough.
he's
I'm
trying to
holding
save
back.
some
I'm
of the
holding
alpha
back."
for later. Exactly. I get it. I mean, you have dumped a lot of alpha on us though.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
actually, that's probably a smart move.
I mean, Chris is clearly a very
Yeah,
strategic guy.
exactly.
So he's planned this all very, very well. Good job,
Yeah.
Chris. Okay, now you've run through all those questions. You've run through this interview so smoothly. You were able to answer the Trump question really easily. Now it's time to put you in the hot seat, sir. Let's dig into you, your ideas about crypto, your history. So we call this the hot seat quickfire questions that we ask our guests every week. And this one is one of our favorites. Chase will have one of these stories in his back pocket ready to pull out. He always pulls out his latest crypto horror story. Chris, what is your worst crypto horror story? It could be a story that someone told you. It doesn't necessarily have to be yours, but we do prefer personal experiences. It makes for fun listening. But your worst crypto horror story?
I would say mistakes that I made that with my previous partner with a DEX, that we have created a successful DEX, but suddenly my partner went missing. So I couldn't contact him.
Yikes!
I
Whoa,
couldn't find him.
that's like one
Yeah,
of the worst.
that's my horror story. Okay, and of course, okay, everything else is safe except our own treasuries, that our
Yikes!
capital wallet is missing, and because the guy
Yikes!
is missing, so the capital wallet.
Oh no, missing. Have you?
So despite of that, despite of that, we managed to still building our DEX to be the most community driven DEX on other chain. So despite all the challenges, we still are the most successful community DEX compared with other DEX. Okay, we may not be the most volume, but we are the most loudest DEX and the most community supported
That's
DEX.
crazy.
So there are a lot of challenges and horror story. So this is just one of it, because of course with capital you can do a lot of more development and stuff, but we don't let the capital gone and put ourselves down from stop developing, but we still keep doing whatever we can and keep building
Dude,
until
you got
today.
to support the builders, and you are that. So still no word. Have no idea where he is.
I have no
So
idea.
crazy.
I don't know whether he's dead, or I don't know
That's
whether he's in
That is
wild.
jail.
so crazy, man.
That's
If
wild. Was he in
You
the
see,
same
one
country?
thing, Web3, a lot of people are
yeah,
anonymous. They are not
Yeah.
dogs. So we don't force them to docs, okay? But however, today we are volunteer to docs, like three of us here, but not everyone in Web3
yep.
they're willing to docs. So yeah, as a lessons of that we won't want a partner like
No,
that in
absolutely
futures.
not.
So yeah,
Wow,
that's the
that's
lesson.
crazy. Well, if anything ever comes of it, please let me know. I would love I would love to know how this story
Yeah.
ends, or if you do
Damn.
ever end up hearing from him.
Damn.
So moving on to our next hot seat question. Let's say crypto crashes tomorrow. It goes away. Whatever happens, no more crypto. Nobody can sell, trade, buy crypto at all. It's gone. What's your plan B career move? Back to car sales?
MD
What'd you
career?
say?
No, no. I will not go back to day job because first of all, the most important thing is crypto never crash. Okay, even if it's crash, it will go back up. Okay, we survived a bear, so no matter how bad it is, our DEX is still survive today. Okay, a bad season already passed. My DEX is still survive. So how much you say it crashed, crypto doesn't exist? I would say it's impossible for nowadays. Even President Trump is supporting a lot of bitcoins. So it's very hard for me to tell you today crypto is going to crash. Correct. So if you ask me what I'm going to do, I will still stick back here and
There
keep
we
building
go.
until the day that we will never stop.
Start
So
from
that's what
scratch,
blockchain
basically.
is. So no matter how much people say Bitcoin is going to be no more, it still be today. It's over ATH and ATH is over 111,000 today. Okay. No matter how much people say this one is going to end, we will still keep building. Okay. Blockchain never stop. We never
That's
stop.
what I'm talking about.
Boom. I mean, that's stubbornness. It's like it's not going to crash. Just
It won't.
shut
Yeah.
your mouth. It's not happening.
You're asking me a question that doesn't make
End of
sense
story.
because it's
Yeah,
it's
maybe
not going to crash.
95%.
If any of our audience would like to rewrite that question, because that's now the second time that someone's answered that question in that manner, they're like, crypto's not going away. I don't care what you say. So if anyone would like to rewrite that question to try and get something better out of our guest, I'd really appreciate that. But for now, next question for you, Chris. Your favorite dApp. What is your favorite dApp in Web3 that you've used the most? And I'm afraid to say it can't be Toonswap.
I would say DEX because that doesn't have to be a
Yeah,
title
I guess so.
category.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, they answered. That
Because you
is
see
so.
one thing,
This guy would be
I would say, okay, maybe Toonswap may not be the best for everyone, but without DEX, nobody can trade.
Mhm.
And when nobody can trade,
yeah. Agree.
when nobody can trade, nobody's going to use nobody's going to use DEX anymore. Nobody going to buy crypto. Nobody can buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So if your
Totally.
favorite debt today is not a DEX, so where do you get your coin to stake? Where do you get Supra?
Yeah.
You can't stake. You can't even lend. You can't even borrow. You can't even supply. So if you would like docs, you can use CX. But if you are not docs, and you can use everywhere, because always remember one thing, not your seed phrase, not your money. So DEX is important.
Yeah.
The app is the most important debt in any blockchain. Without a DEX, no matter how much project you can create, nobody can buy your token.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
DEX.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Ooh.
Okay, so here we go. Next question. Who's the one person in crypto that you'd love to have dinner with? And what would be the first question that you asked?
I will tell you very honest, nobody. I will only have dinner with my wife.
Chris is the best, dude.
Not even Josh, our CEO.
What about me? Let's drink some beers, dude. We can talk about anything you want.
Come on, man. No one?
No one above my wife. She's the best.
I love that. She's the
Wow.
best. Yo, shout out to wives.
Nah,
I love
bro.
my wife as well.
Yeah.
But I have dinner with her every night. I think I would probably. I'm calling James out. James, let's
I
have
have
some dinner, bro.
breakfast, I have lunch, I have dinner, I have supper
Let's
with my
go,
wife.
bro.
Dude,
She's the
that's the
best
sweetest.
buddy I can hang out with.
Do y'all have children?
I think Chris.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I have 3 children myself. I think James has children as well. It's
I have
the
two.
greatest gift that you could ever get in your whole
Yes.
life. It makes me be a better person every single day. So I can't agree with you more there. I love my children more than anything. So
Yes.
get heartfelt there.
Yeah,
That's really
I
sweet.
can say that. Yes, my wife. Why I always say my wife is the best. Simple, because she sacrificed everything to pop up 2 children for us.
That's right.
I mean,
And
for me.
and Yeah, absolutely. And those two things are the greatest gift you'll ever have in your whole life. They are the literally the pinnacle of my day every day. I know that every father and parent should feel the same. Yeah, I can't even imagine my life without my children these days. So it's just, it means a lot to me when other people feel the same. So that's really sweet. It sounds like you and your wife have a beautiful, amazing relationship, and it sounds like you're an amazing father. So it makes me love you even more. I was already bullish on Toon Swap. Now I'm bullish on you, Chris. So stoked,
Thanks,
man. Thank
man.
you so much for being here.
I may not be the best father, okay? I have tantrums too, okay? But
We all do.
yes. So yeah,
Yeah, that's
definitely.
just a part of it.
I love Marshall. Marshall here on X replies. He's like, Chris is cracking me up. Chris, you really are, dude. And it's like freaking 4 minutes to midnight for you in Malaysia, and
Yes.
you are cracking us up here.
That's so funny.
Okay, let's see what we get out of this one. This is going to be fun. What do we need in Web3 that we don't have today?
Good questions. What do we have Web3 that we don't have today?
That one's deep.
You can swap for food.
Ooh.
Fair.
Yeah, you can pay food, but you can't swap for it.
Interesting concept.
Yeah, you can pay for whatever they demand,
done.
but you can't swap for whatever they don't demand.
Sure.
So what if we create a system that we can swap for food? So
like
they
to where
look
it's
for
almost
Bitcoin,
like a grocery
but
store.
I only have Supra, but they're looking for Bitcoin. So why don't we have a scanner which can swap automatically? So we don't have to depend on the stable coins or the blue chips anymore. We can swap any tokens.
There you go. Hey, where's another builder out there? There's an idea for you.
I think Chris is going to bring it to Toonswap.
Yeah, it would not surprise me after this conversation, dude. That's so funny. Great answer though. And one of my favorite questions of this whole episode, and we do it every single week. I'm pulling out my phone right now. So what this is we have the same question and we ask the same people every single week. I pull my timer out and the question is, if you had to explain Web3 to your grandma in 10 seconds, how would you explain it? And I'm going to time you. I'm going to time you for 10 seconds and you have a minute to think about it if you need to. But all you have to do is explain to your grandma what Web3 is to you in less than 10 seconds. And whenever you're ready, just let me know. Are you ready?
I think I can answer you in less than 1 second because I
wait.
can't really explain to her because...
Hold on. Okay. You got to let me know when you're ready. Give me like a thumbs up or something, and then I'll start recording.
I can tell you guys that I can't really explain because I don't have a grandma. I'm sorry for you guys for that.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. There it is. What about like do you have a grandpa?
No.
Okay, well, fair enough.
That is the greatest cop out
because I'm an orphan.
Ever.
Because I'm an orphan.
Whoa.
Okay, well, should we have asked like we're explaining it to like a child? You know, like could you explain Web3 to your eldest child in less than 10 seconds?
It's very hard for me to explain to my child because Web3 is not something that everyone can understand, even adults. Okay, you can spend minutes, hours, weeks, even years. Some people may not even understand. Okay,
Yeah, I guess
so
that's
yet
true.
alone, children, they don't even know what is Bitcoin. They probably know what is Minecraft. They wouldn't know what is called Bitcoin. But you will explain Minecraft to them, they know very well. They probably can explain to you in return.
Yeah. I have my 5-year-old Archer is obsessed with Minecraft. I play with him on a nightly basis. We're trying to build our house in Minecraft at the moment. So yeah, he would understand that a lot more. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're better than us.
I told you, right? Did I tell you, Chase, that my son has, because I was like, Joel, maybe my son's name is Joel. Maybe we should sell your Xbox and get a PS5 because Microsoft is getting lame. He's like, no, you can't do that because my entire Minecraft world is on this Xbox. I will not move it. So
fair enough.
Yeah, Minecraft for the win for these kids.
Fair enough.
All right, Chris. Chris, it's been an hour. Thank you so much, man. You have been a rock star. I know it's midnight for you. You have killed it, dude. You've literally been the funniest guest we've had.
And not even mean to be.
The responses
He's
here,
just being honest, but it's so
yeah,
funny. I love it.
The responses here on the comments have just been great. But I am going to ask one user question or one audience question before we wrap up the show. Chris Sweeps wants to know, how do you intend to prevent MEV bots from sniping or faking liquidity?
Good question.
That's a good question. Okay,
Yeah.
but I think in Supra itself, I think it's already anti-MEV, right? So we don't have much prevention need to do that these guys will actually come and take the liquidity. Okay. Most importantly, I think for us as a DEX, we have a launch pad. We can avoid sniper. All this thing is, and also prevent rug pull. The most important, prevent rug pull. Okay, we can avoid all this by holding users. Holding the project builder liquidity. There's a cliff between they can claim it, and also there's a fees we are ready to buy back. So all these mechanics can prevent us from letting community fund at risk. So we will prevent all that from our launchpad. If we say MEV bot and sniping fake liquidity, all this, it's more like it's hard for us to tackle nowadays because mainly if you notice all this, like they're getting more advanced in code wise, they're getting more advanced, so they know how to detect and do better. So it's not something that in my position that I can say at right now, because personally I'm not a CTO. I'm not a person who generate codes, but we will take these questions into a good account, that we'll try to find a ways to counter it. So I'm a person that I don't know, I will tell you I don't know, but I will find the answers for you. So rather than telling you that, yeah, we have MEV prevention, okay, this code is something that we keep it secret so nobody knows. No, okay, we will find out, and we will do better in that, and we will prevent it as much as we can.
I mean, you cannot ask for a better answer than that. The one thing that you need more of in Web3 is transparency, and Chris has been nothing but that throughout this whole episode. I cannot thank you enough, dude, for coming on here and being so just open and real with us. We know that a lot of people come on and have to shill all the time, or feel like they're having to, I guess, boast their project more than they have to. But you've been nothing but genuine. You've been incredible. You've answered every question in every possible way. So thank you again, man, for just taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know it's late for you. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for you guys to come here.
All right, guys, that's where we're going to leave it. Chris, thank you so much. Make sure you guys are following Toonswap. They are Toonswap Supra. That's where you'll find them on X. Toonswap Supra. Check them out. And are we done? We're good?
Last question.
Yeah, I think we are good. And
we can't hear you anymore.
Thanks, Chase.
We can't hear you anymore.
Thank you for you guys, and thank you for all people who come here today.
Chris.
Thank you. Hey, and I will be in touch with
guys.
you. I am going to send you a permissionless care package, and for you, and I'll send your wife some stuff too. You just have to give me sizes and an address. I'll get everything sent over to you. James, I got you, my boy. I'll send you one as well.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
of course.
Thank you.
Everybody, thanks for coming to the Sup.
Until next week.
We'll see y'all for episode 23, baby. Sup.